Well, hello everyone. I'm Deb Courtney. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have been digging really deep down in my notes and in my journals that I have kept over the years. And I want to talk to you about the law of attraction. Now, I think I have videos on this in the past, but I have some concepts, some principles, some ideas and suggestions that you may not have thought about. Let me say that this, of course, is not all there are. These are just some of the ones that I have learned in my life that has come across my life journey. And I want to share them with you because you really want to naturally, and remember the word, and the emphasis is on the word naturally, pull things towards you by rather than pushing things towards you. I find that if I do something naturally and if I live in the positive, and if I live in the strength of who I am and my personality, I attract naturally. And I don't have to force people. I don't have to force things to take place in my life. If I have the correct attitude and the proper words and languaging and messaging to an individual, then I will have a better result in attracting that and having that a part of my life. It's kind of like, floating downstream naturally. You can float downstream naturally, or you can fight the current. It's totally up to you. It's a choice. But there are laws of attraction that are set in place, and no matter what you do, you will attract what you put out in the universe. So let me begin to tell you about the thoughts, the ideas, the concepts, the principles that I have found, the tools that I have used in my lifetime, in my journey, that has helped me, and maybe you can glean something from them also. The first one has to do with tolerate nothing. When you put up with something, it costs you something if you're putting up with it. Sometimes if you're putting up with a bad relationship, it's costing you peace. You're living in kind of like a turmoil. Every day is like, oh no, I've got to deal with this again. So these are expensive and thus unattractive. So tolerate nothing. Now, I know some people say, well, Deborah, I've got, kids and a partner, whatever. Okay, there's not a problem with that. But have the conversation with the individual. If you're tolerating something in regards to a person, a place, or a thing, then have conversations to where you can find a win-win in regards to that. So you can stop putting up with it, okay? The next one has to do with become incredibly selfish. And I don't mean this in a bad way, okay? Depends upon, according to your personality, what selfish is to you. Now, my definition of selfishness may be different than your definition of selfishness, okay? And the same thing with the tolerating. My ideas, my principles, according to my personality, to live in the strength of who I am, I'm going back just a minute, about tolerating nothing, could be totally, my definition of that could be totally different than your definition of that. Okay? So become incredibly selfishness. Without you, there is nothing, and attraction isn't possible. So just remember that. Without you, there is nothing. People need you. You need people. And if you're not available, then the good things in life that you want to attract, they're not possible. The relationship, if you don't show up, then having a relationship with a corporation, having a relationship with a family member, having a relationship with a friend, a constituent, any person, you have to show up first. and avail yourself, make yourself available in order to have a relationship, a friendship with that individual. Otherwise, it won't happen. Okay? The next one is show others how to please you. Don't make them guess. This is a very simple principle. If someone is doing something that doesn't please you, let them know. And if they don't know how to, if a person doesn't know how to please you, whether it's through an attitude, whether it has to do with communication, whether it has to do with intimacy, whatever form that you are having a toleration and you want to attract something different in a person into your life, then you have to show others how you want to be pleased. If you like a certain kind of candy, then you need to let that individual bring you chocolates instead of sour balls. You know, if that's just an example, that's just an example. You have to have a communication, and it's very simple. Okay, going to the next one. The next one is unhook yourself from the future. Attraction works in the present and not in the future. You have to live in the present. The past, you can't go back and change that and do that over, even as far as yesterday was concerned, okay? And tomorrow hasn't gotten here yet. All you can do is live in the present. So it works in the present. What are you attracting today? What is it you want to attract? And work in doing that and having that accomplished in the moment, in the present. The next thing I want to throw out is over-respond to every event. By over-responding instead of overreacting, you evolve. And there is a difference. We have seen, or I have seen, you may have seen this, you may have gotten a glimpse of this, of somebody overreacting. And it may not have looked really pretty. So there is a difference in overreacting and over-responding. And let me give you a for instance. When someone has gifted me with something, then I want to let that person know just how much that good gift means to me, okay? And when I do that, I am setting up an attraction that they have bestowed upon me with a response, okay? I said response, okay? Over-respond, with a response of gratitude and much thanks. Now, I have had bad things happen to me, okay? And I have overreacted. And you know what? Every time I did it, it costed me. It costed me more than I wanted to pay. And it costed me it costed the relationship, costed the friendship, it costed everything. Because, so I had to make a decision. I learned that lesson, okay? I learned that lesson. It doesn't work. It's not good for me and who I am and in my life. So I've had to learn, if possible, as far as you can, be at peace with all people. I have had to learn to go back and to correct myself and learn how to respond to that individual in a different way than in overreacting with them or to them, simply because I wanted the friendship to continue. I want the relationship to continue on, and I want to be a part of their life, and I want them to be in my life and be a part of my life. This was a very hard lesson for me to learn, but I learned it. Now, I can only do so much. I can only go so far with an individual. If that person does not want the friendship or the relationship, then I can't do anything about that. So I have learned through trial and error to over-respond rather than overreacting. And when I did that, when I found that out, I did evolve for the better. Some people never get this. They go their whole life and they just never get it. So the next one is build a super reserve in every area. Having enough is not nearly enough. And what I mean by that, every area of your life, that's financially, having enough, physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, relationship-wise, anything that touches your whole total being spiritually, all of that, have more than enough. Build up a super reserve so in times that come to you due to no particular reason they should have come, you didn't bring it on yourself, it's just things happen, that you will have enough that it will not disturb you. Well, and give me for instance, okay. Have enough money saved up to where if you had to go buy a set of tires for your car, say you have a car or a truck, SUV, whichever, and you have a blowout. And when you see about those, you find out from the tire person, the treads are really worn on all four of your tires. You really should consider getting a new set of tires like immediately, like now. That's going to be an expense to you. And so have a reserve of extra money, emergency fund, to where that you have the availability for that. You pay to get the extra tires, and you're safer on the road. And you feel good about that. That's what I'm talking about. Having a super reserve. Okay, that's just an example. The next thing I want to say is get your personal needs met once and for all. If you have unmet needs, you'll attract others with unmet needs. Now, unmet needs can be in anything. Yeah, unmet needs as far as a spouse is concerned, unmet needs as far as finances are concerned, whatever your person, it could be physically, physical issues with your body. If you have unmet needs, then you attract people with unmet needs. That is really, really simple. I don't really have a, well, if you're looking for wherever you're, okay, here we go. If you have a personal need that you want to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend in your life, generally you will wind up or go to places and you will attract people that they don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend in their life. They have unmet needs of not having a boyfriend or girlfriend. Usually single people, you will congregate and you may work with married people, but a lot of times you'll see single people get up with single people, and married people hang with married people. So that's kind of that's kind of a way you do it. What I mean by that. So let's go to the next one. Eliminate delay. Time is expensive, thus time is very unattractive. And that's true. Time is money and money's time. So whatever you need to have done in your life, whatever you see that you need to accomplish, eliminate the delay in it. Either get in it or get out of it. Maybe this has to do with going back to school, getting a degree or something. Think about it. Do your due diligence in regards to the time, the cost, and everything else that has to be involved in that. If you have family, how that's gonna affect you and your family, and then take the necessary steps to eliminate that delay. Either decide that you're going to go back and do this, or decide, nope, not going to worry about that anymore. I'm just not interested in that. And I have been there, done that. I have taken a few classes and thought this is something I really want to pursue. Took the classes, eliminated the delay, went and got it, what I wanted to do, and did it. Did I stay with it? No, did not. Couple of 2 or 3 things that I went and got a certification on or licensing on, and at the time, it's what I wanted to do. At the time, it worked for me. At this time in my life, it doesn't work for me. Not interested. But I eliminated the delay. I went and did what I wanted to do, got the licensing, and got on with life. The next one is add value for the joy of it. When you add value because you enjoy it, people are naturally attracted to you. So a lot of times, and you know whether or not you're adding value to a relationship or a friendship. You know whether or not you're adding value to whatever you're doing, whatever circumstance you find yourself in. It says people will be naturally attracted to you if you add value to it. That could be adding value to being a coach, adding value to being a counselor, adding value to a number of career situations. I'm talking about career situations, of course, here. Adding value as far as being a good friend to people. Do that. This will, it really does help you overall, and people will be naturally attracted to you. And friendships and relationships grow with that, and it's a good thing. The next one I want to say is affect others profoundly. The more you touch others, the more attractive you'll be. Now, I'm not talking about physical touch. The principle was, the thought is affect others profoundly. And what I mean by that, when you touch others through communication, through words, through kindness, through gentleness, through thankfulness, through gratefulness, that being kind will attract others profoundly rather than being rude to people. I've never really seen anybody get anywhere being rude to anybody. They may think they're getting away with something at some point, at that point in time. Not really. Matter of fact, you can see people being rude to somebody and bad things happen to that person. So, affect others profoundly. The next one is market your talents shamelessly. If you're embarrassed about what you do well, you won't be very attractive. Exactly. So market your talents shamelessly. Whatever your talents are, market them. Learn what steps you need to take to do that, and then go do it. Don't be embarrassed. If you're embarrassed about what you do, then why are you doing it? Have that conversation. You have to have it maybe not only with yourself, but discuss it with other people and let them know how you feel about your talents and why you feel that way, and then go through the process. Talking about it helps you to process it. Then get past that. If it's something that you really feel shameful about, your talents, well then maybe you need to check up on your talent. And it may be a talent that you're not using in a way that's conducive to attract people that you're, wanting to attract, to have a certain kind of amount of maybe income that you're trying to have. Become irresistibly attractive to yourself. If you don't feel irresistibly attractive to yourself, you will not attract others. I don't know if I really need to delve into this one or not, simply because it pretty much really relays exactly what I want to get across. If you feel bad about yourself, if you feel that you're ugly and that you're no good, if you have that inner self-talk with yourself, then you won't be very attractive. And if that's what you want to accomplish, well then, hey, you have at it, because you'll get it accomplished. But that would be something that you really need to really have a chat with a coach or a therapist to see. And a lot of times these principles, these thoughts, these ideas that I'm throwing out here, at some point in time, the enemy of my mind came to me and wanted me to do these things. And you have to fight against it. And you just have to say, nope, that's not me. That's not who I am. And that's what I do. It doesn't keep these thoughts from entering your mind to act bad, to talk about yourself badly. I'm no good. I'm worthless. Nobody likes me. No, don't do that. Become irresistibly attractive to yourself. Love yourself. Be good to yourself. Okay, the next one, get a fulfilling life, not just an impressive lifestyle. A great life is attractive. A lifestyle is usually seductive. So, I'm talking about get a fulfilling life, not just an impressive lifestyle. When you have a great life, when you live in the strengths of who you are, you have a good life. Now, it's a lifelong journey. You've heard me say this over and over again. It is living in the strength of your personality takes a lifetime, because we're always changing and evolving. And sometimes not only in ourselves, but outside circumstances bombard us. And so we deal with that also. This is something that I know younger people have a tendency to deal with this more so than an individual that's older, that is more mature. So this is something, if you have an issue with this, work on it, because these are principles that work and they will get you there. The next one is deliver twice, and this is going to be the last one. Deliver twice what you promise. When you consistently deliver more than what was expected, new customers, new relationships, new friendships, new clients are drawn to you. So go above and beyond what you are asked to do, if possible. If you physically can do it, if you mentally can do it, if you psychologically can do it, go above, deliver twice what you promise. And when you do that, you will attract people, clients, customers that will want you back again and again and again and again and on and on and on and on. And that will help you with your livelihood above and beyond anything that you could ever ask or dream. I'm going to stop right here. I just got to half of them. I'm going to do the next half in a second video, so be on the lookout for that. Hope you got something out of this video in regards to attraction, the laws of attraction, what you should, could do to help you in being more attractive. And so glad you found me. Glad I found you. Go out and make it a great day, and I'll see you again next week with the second half of Attraction Principles.